Hey folks, it's Charlie here with another Charlie in the Rain interview. You all know I love to chat about my favorite music from around the country that I'm really obsessed with. And this is an artist today who honestly really shocked me when I realized the music that I was listening to, one was local and two was by a young person currently releasing this music because this artist has such a timeless edge to her art. The music feels so healing, but also so freeing at the same time. I'm so obsessed with this artist today, and we're chatting about a new album that's coming out this year. So I'm so excited to jump in and have a chat with Azure Ryder. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing very well. I'm very happy to be having a long conversation with you, as we like to do.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I've been sitting back listening to your music and I can't wait to chat about it. But I feel like I'm just going to be telling you this entire interview how much I love it and how much I've been listening to it. So here's your pre-warning that I truly am obsessed with everything you've been putting out lately.
Thank you so much, Charlie.
And for people who may be in a position like I was, where they'd been listening to you for quite a few years without actually realizing that you are in Australia or that you are a local artist, or not even realizing who you are, whether they've just come on and started listening to the new singles you're putting out in this rollout, could you give us a little bit of an introduction to you and your world?
Me and my world. I would say my world is hopefully romantic, and yeah, I definitely say that I'm someone that likes to live life in long form.
Mm,
Very much a deeply thought person, a deep feeling person, and I think that is something that is was important to me to weave throughout my world. Because yeah, I'm a big believer in stories, and I think they are something that need to be kept alive, especially in today's world and climate. Just those things that kind of tether us all together and make us realize again and again that we aren't alone in what we're
mm,
feeling. And the whole reason for being here is to connect with each other and to love and be loved. And so I'm gonna keep singing that from the rooftops. Yeah.
Gosh, I love sometimes you listen to an artist and you go, wow, they've pulled out a thesaurus when they're writing this song, or they've tapped into some real like poetic thing while writing it. This is just who you are. You have such a poetic air and nature about you and everything you say. I love it so much.
Thank you. I that honestly to me is probably one of the biggest compliments if someone connects to the words that I have said. As I said, like I'm someone that really wants my music to say something and say it with intention. And I've just been in love with words for a very long time. And the fact that you can say something in so many different ways. I think nowadays we limit our vocabulary and we limit how we're feeling. So yeah, I'm all about, I guess, saying everything, saying more of it, saying it twice, three times, 100 times over. Um, but yeah, it's super important to me um, to share in this way because yeah, as you pointed out, that it definitely is who I am and who I've grown to be, and yeah, I'm very proud to be in a place where I finally feel like I'm able to express in that way, not only for myself, but hopefully for everyone else who needs to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like that sentiment really, really shines through on your latest single you've put out. It's called I Don't Need You Anymore. Just from the title alone, you can tell how much power is embedded into this track. You turn it on, whether you've got it like really loud up in the headphones, as I tend to be listening, or whatever you're doing whilst listening. And it's ethereal, it's magical, as per your world is, but it's also very anthemic and freeing. And you walk away feeling like you've gone on that journey with that power in you. Can you tell us a little bit about I Don't Need You Anymore and how this track came about?
Of course. It's I mean like all the songs that you've heard and will
Mm,
hear from this record, they definitely all come from uh an experience, a deeply felt experience that I've been through. And to be honest,
Mm,
I'm still going through in ways. And I think, um, I don't need you anymore. Specifically, was I guess me coming from a place of for so long looking out externally for someone to tell me I should believe in myself or for someone to support me or give me that hand that I didn't think that I
mm,
had myself, or even, yeah, I guess say the things that I thought I couldn't say myself. Um, and it's so easy to do that nowadays. And I think something that we have kind of lost a little bit is, I guess, listening to our own intuition and um, that feeling we all do have deeply in our guts and in our souls, and um yeah, trusting in that as opposed to just giving all of yourself and all your trust to someone else. um so yeah, I think this was definitely a journey. I was at a point where I thought I'd given so much that I ended up empty, and then I was scared that if someone else had all of me and they disappeared, then where would I be?
mm,
And so I guess this was me kind of pulling myself back, or um, as I said, like finding my way back home. And um, I, yeah, I think it's something that we definitely all feel and all have felt and are all still feeling. Again, like, I think this is one of the greatest things about music for
mm,
me. I, even still to this day, am learning the things that I wrote. I'm still feeling through those things, but I think songs are the best reminders, and they're kind of that like hope you put out to then be able to come back to again and again. And yeah, so I'm still learning from myself at the same time that I hope, yeah, people are also kind of finding an anchor or a candlelight in me and I'm saying. But yeah, I think it's definitely an important thing to know that like every dream you have, every idea, thought, voice, it starts with you.
mm.
So it also has to kind of end there too.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that's a real gorgeous thing that you've just pointed out there. You are on this journey yourself, whilst the song's out there, whilst other people are embarking on the journey. I feel like it's a big misconception as a consumer when well, consumer is a really ugly word for it, but as someone who's enjoying this art, whether it is a song or it's a book or a poem or whatever it is, you think the person that put it out there knows everything. You think they're looking back and being like, yep, here's the guide how to do it. I've done it, so can you. It's a really beautiful thing to step back and remember we're all on this journey. We're all fighting the same fight at the end of the day against it all. And that's such a gorgeous way you've put it through that.
Thank you. Exactly, though. It's like, again, I think music is meant to be relatable
Mm,
because everything we're feeling is, again, um, whether it's different, like different experiences, it's still the same feelings, and it's only human. You're never, I think it's
mm.
anyone that kind of thinks that they've got it all sorted is, yeah, I don't know, it's just not life really.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you can definitely, we all go in waves of things, we all go in cycles of things, but hopefully kind of every time those things arise, we're able to, be aware of them quicker and maybe do something slightly bit differently. But also if we don't, that's okay. And again, you have the song to come back to, you have each other to come back to, and
Mm.
that's the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You wrote a beautiful piece, kind of reflecting on this single and the broader project, which we'll get into in a moment, for Ramona magazine. And I was reading that this morning with my first cup of tea of the day. And I was just like, you really tap into something that I feel it is a universal experience, but especially growing up as a young person, as a dreamer, as someone who has like these big visions of everything, but you're stuck in society. You're stuck in this sort of mold of people telling you this is what you do, that's where it stays. You can't dream too big. You can't be too much. And I feel like it's something that everyone feels, but it's also very rare to feel it's so well encapsulated through music. How do you feel? Big question, probably, but through your journey in music, through the point now we're finally getting up to this debut album coming out in the world, how have you been restricted and been able to break free from that mold of being told you're too much or you're dreaming too high?
Yeah, it's, I guess, again, as you pointed out, it's something that in this world seems to be getting like ever stronger in the conversation and in the climate of
Mm,
how we're feeling. And I think, as you said, anyone could go through this for sure.
mm,
I think especially as women, though, I remember reading this interview that I think Jane Fonda had done, and she said something
mm.
about how, when we're born as a woman, like the first thing we're told is to be a good girl.
Yep.
And it's kind of like, okay, what does goodness mean? Is that
Mm,
quietening your voice? Is that feeling guilt for thinking or feeling anything bigger than what
mm,
someone else is allowed or someone else is okay with? Is that like kind of limiting yourself and feeling less just to keep quiet, and be pleasant?
mm,
um, but yeah, I think it's definitely something that for myself, whether it be within my career or in my world outside of that,
mm,
it's definitely something I've come up, I guess, against a lot. And as I said in that article, it's one of those things that, like, something when you hear it so much, it then becomes something that you really take on and carry, whether you're aware of it or not.
mm,
But it's definitely something that I've really worked and again still working to change that self
mm,
narrative
mm,
as such, because again, we live in a world where we can never control someone's perception of something or someone,
mm,
but we can control how we feel and how we project outwards and um, carry ourselves, I guess.
mm,
And yeah, so I think it's been again another important thing for me to express that in this record, because definitely in my journey, especially my musical one, like it is something that I've carried for a very long time. And to finally be able to express that and feel like I've created something where I'm really trying to embrace myself entirely, um, for all my, I put it charms, for all my, my charms
mm,
and my quirks and my whatever. Like um I I actually had said it the other day to someone, and now I'm
mm,
like, oh, that definitely is it. Like we're in a world as well where everything's like less is more and nonchalant and like all this
mm.
sort of stuff, and I'm like, I'm the opposite. I have a
Yep.
chalant heart. I think we are here to share that and to
Mm,
my heart is very firmly on my sleeve, and
mm,
to have to kind of apologize for that feels like such a wild world to be in, that,
mm,
it feels easier, or people feel more confident in expressing judgment and hate and all
mm,
these other things, yet love feels so hard. It feels so fearful. It feels so limited when it's the thing that should be like unbound and
mm,
infinite. So yeah, I guess if I'm gonna fight for something, it's gonna be that, and it's gonna be, if anything, I hope people take away an abundance of my arms wrapped around them in unconditional love, I guess, from this record.
mm. Gosh, I love that so much. And you've really encapsulated this so perfectly in the title you've got for this record. It's called Even Flowers Can Bruise. And even just like that statement alone, but then tied in with your music, with your message, really stands as something that I feel is so much stronger now than probably I've ever felt before in this like weird political climate of like conformity is being shoved down everyone's throats. The idea, especially when it comes to gender roles and expectations, as you were saying, be the good girl, be this, be that, you can't do this. being the bruised flower, being the thing that isn't perfect, what but it's trying to be. You've just masterfully encapsulated all of these themes with this gorgeous title. The album's coming our way in a few months in September. We're talking like now at this real beautiful point. It's the first day of the middle of the year when we're having this conversation. So we're at this real point of where I feel like renewal and reflection, where you get to sit back and think about yourself in these sorts of ways with these sorts of ideas that you've been bringing up on these singles. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the themes and journeys that you're covering in the remaining tracks of this album that we haven't heard yet?
Ooh, okay. So, I mean, the thank you so much for saying such beautiful things for starters. I mean, the title of the album
Mm,
itself is a lyric from one of the songs on the album. Um, it's interesting because when I wrote that first song for the album, I didn't know it was for an album. I didn't
mm,
at that point even feel like I knew if I'd be doing music anymore. It
mm,
was a point where I guess I think I felt like I didn't, or I guess my dream had slipped through my fingers as such, and I kind of felt like I'd lost my joy in
mm,
music. And for me, that's one of the hardest things because it it sounds silly, but like singing to me is like breathing.
yeah.
And when I
Mm,
stopped singing, that was a very low point for me. And writing that song, interestingly,
mm,
I remember writing it and I wrote that line. And I again didn't know what it was for, but I just felt I was like, that's something. Like that's something that's the start of something. And so I
mm,
guess I kind of held on to that even though yeah, everything else felt um so uncertain
mm,
around me. So yeah, I think this album as a whole definitely is a journey back home, metaphorically and literally. I mean home in all ways.
mm,
Um, yeah, home to yourself, home to your voice, home to a place. Um, and it's about exploring again, finding yourself again, finding your voice again, really embracing it entirely. Love is most definitely at the core of every single
mm,
song I write. Pretty much every single thing I say comes from a place of that. Whether it be love that I've lost or
mm,
found, or um, love that stayed. And yeah, I think just exploring all of those things, and again coming back to the idea that um, yeah, all of these things um, start with you. And um, I think in some ways we're all just trying to find our way back home. So that's what this record is.
yes. I love that so much. And then I'd love to ask when we're listening to these singles you put out, or we get the full album and listeners can hold it in their hands, they can listen to it however they please. What would be your suggestion for us to best connect with these stories that you've put out, with these feelings you're encapsulating here? Whether it's like a specific location, a specific time, set the scene for us. How are we best enjoying Even Flowers Can Bruise?
Well, one of my biggest hopes in general is that my music could
Mm,
live with people, that it could be something that eases people in or out of their days,
mm,
um, kind of in a place where stillness lives, or it kind of allows for a stillness to be. I do see like I'm a very visual person, and I think a lot of when creating this record, like there is a specific song about this time of the day, but my favorite time of the day is um, when the moon rises, and it's when
mm,
the skies there's like pastel pinks, purples, and blues, and I think it's one of the most romantic times of the day. um, And so I think, yeah, I love to see this album set
Mm.
in that time. And I think, yeah, I just have a hope that yeah, wherever people find themselves listening
Mm.
to it, um, that it just hopefully washes over them like a veil of sorts. And
Mm.
um, yeah, I'll always say sends them into the sweetest of dreams.
Yes. I love that. I feel like I feel so conflicted when listening to these tracks and when thinking about listening to the album. Because nowadays, the way we listen to everything, it's through the phone and we've got like our AirPods or our headphones in,
Yeah,
or if we're lucky enough, we are playing it out loud and fully letting it settle into the environment around us.
yeah.
This is something I really wanted to chat with you about because I feel like your music is enjoyed best offline and it's enjoyed best when we take it with us on our journeys, in our lives, not while we're sitting there scrolling an Instagram feed or watching the technology and AI infiltrate into our artistic processes. I'd love to ask you, as an artist who's creating so many different things and creating this music, how have you been able to connect with your music in an offline and human way amidst this like ever-changing landscape with technology at the moment?
It's definitely something I've struggled with.
Mm.
I very much am a not so natural to the social media landscape. I think none of us like naturally are, but we've kind of found ourselves in a place where we've learnt to be.
Mm.
Um, I am someone that I again I take that as a great compliment that you talk about my music existing offline
Mm.
because that is what it is for me. I
Mm.
think um, it's hard to be in a time where not just music, but all arts, even just presence in general is so limited and
Mm.
so short and put in a literal box.
Yeah.
That connection literally has become this as
Mm.
opposed to like this. And I yeah, I'm trying my best. Like I know so many people are, whether they're an artist or otherwise, people just trying to tell a story. Um, I try my best to um share that online, but
Mm.
my hopes is that if I do find someone online that I'm able to take them off there.
Mm.
Um, that's again the greatest thing about being human is being able to connect in real life.
Mm.
And it's amazing that we are in a space definitely where we could reach someone on the other side of the world. But my hopes are if I can't meet that person in person, that at least my music can be
Mm.
there with them in real life too. So yeah, I think that's another thing why like live music's so important to me.
Mm.
It's the core of everything, and I, I hope that I can get to every like corner of the universe
Mm.
and be with people in real life to, experience my music together. But yeah, I think people deeply yearn for that, especially
Mm.
nowadays. So yeah, I'm trying to, whilst like I guess not get so caught up in thinking that um, my music can't exist offline if it doesn't exist
Mm.
online. Um, it's yeah, I think there's a lot of people moving to like kind of share it there, but really encourage people to take
Mm.
it elsewhere. And yeah, live with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's also weird to view it in this way, but it is the fact. Taking music and taking art away from like purely online consumption, purely streaming, buy the
Yeah,
download, have it sitting with you in whatever way possible is an
yeah,
act of resistance nowadays, and that's
yeah,
it's very freaky to think of it like that, but it
yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite crazy that like where yeah, like defiance is trying
Mm.
to be present. Defiance
Ah.
is trying to yeah, really connect and have a break. Like it's like we're taking a break from this instead of
Mm.
it being yeah,
Yeah.
the other way around. But yeah, it is obviously again like reality is it's the world we're in. But I don't think that that means that everything that existed before that point
Mm.
um should stop trying.
Mm.
Um, because again, I hope that I can create music that lives beyond the time that I'm here. So I'm not
Mm.
creating for a trend, I'm not creating for a singular moment. Um, I'm yeah, I'm creating for
Mm.
the hope that it lives beyond me. And yeah, so it has to
Mm.
live offline.
Yes, and that's something that you master so well. When I first heard your name around, like when I was first really getting into the music scene and hearing recommendations from friends, I didn't realize you were an artist who was still like currently putting out music. And at the point I first was hearing about you, still fairly new to that journey because in my head, you turn it on and go, wow, like I wish I could see this artist live, but unfortunately this music must be from like a time before now or like your music didn't feel like it had a date attached to it. You have such a timeless quality already, and I'm so excited to be in the future still playing your music, still connecting with it, and it's still feeling so relevant and so there because you do that so well with your music, and it's something I adore when artists can do that because sometimes you put on a song and you're like, oh, this is 2000s, and you know what, it holds up, but sometimes music is shrouded in the place and time it was created, but you managed to transcend that in such a beautiful way.
Oh, thank you, Charlie. Like that yeah, makes me blush. I yeah, it's definitely something I'm very proud
Mm.
that I've been able to encapsulate in such a way. Because yeah, again, feelings are happening all the time.
Mm.
There. So yeah, it doesn't feel right to limit the space in which you're talking about them to. So yeah, I'm hopeful that I can keep doing that, and that's I guess my goal to just be able to create music that
Mm.
I love and that feels every bit of of um, me, and then from that place, I hope that it can feel every bit of everyone else in their own
Mm.
ways. Um, and yes,
Yeah.
sharing in our too muchness.
Yes, I love it. And you mentioned just before that connecting with people and connecting with this music in a live setting is a big goal of yours. Fully taking it offline, singing those
Yeah,
songs to people and seeing them resonate with it in real time. You've got
yeah.
some intimate shows coming up. I'm so jealous that I'm not going to be able to be there because you're not coming up to where I am. But you've got shows in Sydney and Melbourne at the end of this month. Can you tell us a little bit about these shows? Do you have anything that you're really looking forward to with them?
Of course, thank you. I mean, I'm looking forward to, uh, in general, them in entirety. It
Mm.
is to me the reason I am a musician is to be live. I think
Mm.
that's my purpose within it, and I've always felt that when I'm in that space, that's the place that without a doubt I know that's where I'm meant to be. Because again, when you pull yourself in all these different directions, and an artist has to be so many different things
Mm.
nowadays, it's not it, and it feels confusing that it's not just about the song.
Mm.
Um, I want to hopefully be able to be in as many places where it is about the song and it is about the story and it is
Mm.
about just the simplicity of connecting that between me and you in a space shared together. These shows specifically, yeah, I'm obviously I hope to be where you are as soon as possible. Just yeah, the
Mm.
landscape of things, it's
Yeah.
stepping stones. But a show at a time, and
Mm.
I it was important to me for these shows to be intimate and hopefully feel as if, it's just me and my guitar.
Mm.
I am playing this record and I kind of want to bring people into the space in which I wrote them, kind of as if they're
Mm.
like stepping into my living room with me. And it just feels like they're in. the moment with me as I was when I wrote the songs. So yeah, I'm super excited to share this record in that way, especially before everyone wraps their ears around the entire world I've built around it. But yeah, when I came back into music really and I embarked on this record, it was a big goal for me to make sure I could be like perform and hold my own, just me and my guitar. And I feel that I have been able to do that. And that's where I'll always want to start from, the core of the song. And then I can't wait, obviously, to have a band and to um, bring in those other worldly layers around me. But yeah, for this moment, it's yeah, just me and my guitar and a candle.
Oh, I love it so much. I'm so jealous of the people getting a preview of the album that way, but I cannot wait for this album. I just I love the world you've created so much and I feel honored that I'm able to listen to it in real time and I'm able to feel the things I'm going through in my life with your music soundtracking it. So, thank you so much for really sharing your truth and your experiences with these singles and with this album.
Thank you so much, Charlie.